Oh, the hunger for more. So I've been, you know, this whole thing with the car thing today, in terms of like going through it in my mind and how, like, the thing that's fucking with me the most, and I was talking to my trainer about it. Yeah, this white chick has crazy hips. Jesus. So I was talking to my trainer about it, and what bothered me is not so much there's one, not having things in place, or not so much not getting it. I made the right decision to say, hey, listen, don't do that. Because if I talk to somebody like a Freeman Sterno or Christian Hutchinson or something like that of the space, and, you know, talk to them about real estate and getting a property or something like that, it'd be a lot better, a lot more. It'd be like, you know, it'd make total sense. You know, especially like with the low property values here in this area, I could really get something for the low in terms of like mortgage and stuff like that. Like, I can get 2 mortgages for what that car payment would have been, right? And of course, yeah, it's for a longer period of time. Interest rates are different, so on and so forth. But what got me is the attachment of like how it made me feel like there was like I actually lost something. Like, you know, it's kind of like, yo, listen, I need you like I need a hole in my head type shit. Like I mean, just in the previous video I made just about like, hey, listen, in that same 3 years, if I take that same $3,000 instead of 4 years, in 3 years I could pay off my house, cut 23 years off my loan, right? Like the life of my loan. And I'm like, I'm feeling like a loss. And I know y'all have heard me talk about this before, and it's just something that I've battled, and this is something I want to express, because maybe hopefully it can help somebody else, but more or less it can help me. I'm just like, it fucks with me that somehow I think that is a loss. Like, and then like how does this affect me in other parts of my life is the other thing, right? Is it, you know, the seeking of external validation? Like, yo, a 7,500 mile lease for 4 years. Oh man, I drove the car too much this month, I'm gonna have to chill. Like, think about that. And I don't drive to work every day. I work from home, so that's another thing. It's like, yo, you're gonna work from home and have this car, and like not even stress about the payments, but like be like at, you know, like with less, you know, without having like only having less money per month. It's not that I couldn't afford it. It just didn't feel right. Like, I like having the excess disposable income, or excess/disposable income every month. And it's just like, yo, I'm gonna lose that for a lease. I'm gonna have to turn this thing back in when I can get a used one that's about a year old, some more mileage on it. In some cases, I found the exact same spec, and it's like $60,000 less. And not to mention, like, you know, just the cost of the vehicle being $20,000 less than my own home. That's another thing. But it's just like, yo, the loss, like the feeling of like, wow, of regret, but like really fucking with, like the other thing that's fucking with me, and I'm beating myself up more than anything, is that I feel like I lost something. Like I haven't grown enough. Even though I made the right decision, I didn't go through it, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, man, why wasn't that an easier decision? You're about to be 38. Like, you know, you like, and then you start to see, like, I think the word would be pathology, right? You know, the constant or consistent behavioral traits, the consistent behavioral patterns, that's in us all. Like, you know, I talked to my trainer, and he's talking about, like, yeah, I'm like that with clothes. Like, you know, and I was like, yeah, I'm like that with cars and TVs. Like, that fucks with me, man. And it's like, you know, it's like, how can I get past this? How can I get better? You know, there's a couple things that I'm trying to make, so a couple moves I'm trying to make to put myself in, you know, get back to the earnings that I was doing before. That's really like necessary changes. But it's just like, man, how can I do that You know what I mean? Instead of like doing other shit that's taking away from me. I'm at a loss for words. I really am, because and maybe I just need more time to think about this, and this video helps, I think, a little bit, but maybe I shouldn't have made this video right now. We'll see if I upload it by the time I get home, how I feel, if I said anything that could actually help other people, and more importantly, help myself. But it's just like, how can I... There's so much growth that I've had over the years, especially moving out here where I live now. The ability, just opportunities in so many different ways. But just, how can I improve on this and make this shit better? And how can I improve on myself so I don't have to feel certain types of ways? Like, what is that urge to quote unquote show off? Because I mean, I have to admit that's what it is. Like, and who am I showing off to? Who do we show off to? Like, I mean, you know, again, there's affordable. There's like I forgot what they call it. It's like there's a difference between affordable and something else. Like, there's a difference between, like, you can make the payments versus you can afford the payments or something like that. And payments are just, you know, yeah, you don't want to do that. It's just, it's sucking so much money away, man. Like, really, I need to go look at my mortgage thing because I have to schedule my payment. I took myself off of, there's some weird thing with, like, PNC Bank, man. Like, you have to do some shit to, like, get your, you have to sign paperwork every time you want to do these changes. And I'm like, yo, can I do this online? And they're like, lady was like, yeah, we just have to take you off of the paper changes. And I was like, oh. So I did that last week, and then now I can go online and schedule my payment. So, because I wanted to put in, start putting an extra $1,000 to my mortgage. But I'm almost like, well, fuck it. Go ahead and make an extra, put another $3,000 on top of that. Why not? Damn, it's a nice truck. A whole nother $3,000 on top of that. Why the fuck not? I mean, you were about to just fucking throw that shit in the fucking trunk of a car. Like, no matter how much you, like, and I know I've grown, I know I've improved, but I gotta say it like this. No matter how far you think you are like one step away from where you were before. Like, it's just that fucking easy. And that's, like, another part of it for me. It's kind of like, you know, in the space we talk about, like, you know, a lot of these red pill motherfuckers are one blowjob away from blue pill fucking cucks and shit. And it's like, wow, you know? And it's just like, yo, like, it's just that fucking easy to fall right back into a pit of almost despair, because this builds on top of one thing after another. Because now you have to maintain a certain amount of income for a certain number of years and all this other stuff. And you got to maintain this level of income for a number of years and all types of other shit. And, like, you have to do that, right? And it's like, you know, you almost feel like you can't move because of it. You can't move the same way. It takes you a lot longer to amass some type of, like, wealth or money or, like, just surplus. And I didn't talk, and when I was talking to my trainer, I talked about, like, hey, you know, I've been thinking lately, like, like, it's been fucking with me that I don't just have 10, 20 grand just sitting. And I mean, to my credit, you know, in terms of, like, pat myself on the back and saying, hey, you have gotten better, and not beating myself up too much, but I have been able to, you know, get out a ton of debt in terms of, like, you know, paying things off. I think I paid off, like, you know, what's it, 40 grand or so of debt last year, or more than that. It was quite a bit. But I paid off a lot of debt, and I got a lot of things that I wanted. And then even, like, you know, paid off my workshop and all that stuff too, and credit cards, and just some old stuff, man. And able to get, like, I wanted a truck, a workshop, and a dog, and I got all three of those things. And it's just like, okay, cool. And then now I got another dog, so that's cool. But then it's like, now it's like, you know, I have a list of things I want to do. Like right now I want to get a new driveway poured, a concrete driveway, concrete like entry point to my driveway. I got to get 2 of those poured. And the guy says it's going to be like $5,000. So, or 5,300 or something like that. So I'm going to get that done. So I'm knocking things off the list, man, but it's just like, it's also it's a battle with impatience as well. I'm so at a loss for words of like how this fucks with me. Like I'm going home, I'm going to take a nap, I'm going to sleep right now, but this really like fucks with me. I'm gonna end it there because it's just gonna be me like rambling. And I mean, I hope you guys can talk about this stuff too, man. You guys do help me. I will say this, like, you know, you guys do help me a lot in terms of some of the things that the comments that you guys leave. You know, I think it's I don't always want to say Ayn Rand, but Busy Rand. I think that's how you say his name. Busy Rand, Don 007. Fucking Mr. Heat, what's it called? Freeman's Journal. Oh man, damn, who else we? Excalibur, Line of MGTOW. Shit, man, if I'm forgetting your name or blanking on it, I'm sorry. I just don't have it in front of me. But I like, trust me, I appreciate all of you guys. Keanu, appreciate you, bro. Keanu was like, yeah, man, just get it and put it on Toro. Like, I'm not gonna fucking get an S580 and put it on Toro. Keanu, you crazy. Yeah, but Keanu got money though. Like, he do that shit. He don't give a fuck about that car. Keanu about the fucking money. If you look at that last video, that's my homeboy Keanu, man. I was like, nah, bro, I ain't doing that shit. You crazy. But yeah, let me end it there, man. I appreciate you all. Thank you for leaving comments, man. And your comments do help me, man, because I read through it. And I mean, for some of y'all, maybe I'm helping y'all, but it helps me to like see what other people are going through in terms of their thought process. And it also helps confirm and affirm my own, like, you know, thought patterns or thoughts as well. So I do appreciate it, man. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I love you all. Alrighty, peace.